This is madness.
I'm Paris Norris, and I'm here to give you a glimpse into my world.
Look at this.
I've raced the world's fastest powerboats, swum with sharks, and rode across the wild Pacific Ocean.
We finally made it to the island of Kauai.
I'm on a mission to hunt down the biggest thrills and meet the people that live extraordinary lives. Join me on a journey that'll take you to the depths of the oceans and across challenging landscapes to places few have ever seen.
Now, one thing the UAE is not short of is desert. And people are always finding fun and interesting adventures to have in it. But 4x4ing and off-roading is certainly among the biggest. So today I went and joined Jeepers, the biggest off-roading club in the UAE, to find out what they like to get up to on the weekend. So you wanted 4x4 madness, and you're gonna get it, because we have come to the middle of the desert near Swayhan with Jeepers on their usual weekend madness out in the outback, but this time they're doing a race around the desert, relying purely on their own navigation, and we're gonna have a little go at it too. Let's go. So what pressure do you get it to when you take it flat?
8.
Oh,
sometimes 6.
Really flat, so like a bouncy castle.
Yeah. Well, it's not actually.
So to soften the tyres is to basically give more surface area to the sand.
Spread the tyre. If you try to drive in, especially the soft sand,
Yeah.
so we release as much air as the tyre will take, or
Yeah.
the rim will take, and then it becomes so much easier.
Right.
Obviously, we then set the suspension to hard, so we don't want to bounce.
Oh,
If
I
it's
see.
soft, it's bouncy.
Right, and
So
if it's
we-
hard, because you're going to bounce a lot anyway.
Yeah, so that pushes the Jeep down onto the sand if it's
Right.
hard.
So hard suspension, soft wheels, raised up high.
Yeah,
That's the key.
it's the best way.
All right.
Each team has a leader and 3 members of the club. The leader will take one vehicle, and the other members, each one of them in a vehicle. So it's 4 vehicles in a team.
Right, now how do we win this race?
Right, the race is, the good thing about it, it's not about speed, it's not about time, but in general, it's the shortest distance. So today we have 6 checkpoints. They need to go through it. The closest to a straight line, this is the winner.
GPS?
Every team, they have a GPS fitted on the car, and they need to show it at the end of race, let's call it. And then we take the GPS reading, we go and check it. So we make sure that all the reading is correct from the checkpoint here,
Yeah.
and until they come back. And there is 6 checkpoints they need to go through. Every checkpoint, they need to be no more than 10 meters away from the flag.
Right.
4 cars, picture, they send the location,
Right.
and good to go.
Super. So what are the challenges of this? Like what's the skill to win this?
Okay, we've got big dunes, big massive dunes there.
Yeah.
Some of them are really, really difficult. So of course, it's not going to be easy to go straight line. They need to go the closest to the
Right.
straight line to get there, because if they go around the big dunes, it's going to be adding a few meters.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is clever. So they've got to kind of keep as straight as possible.
Yeah.
That's the mission.
Yeah.
But the dunes mean that that's not possible.
That's
so,
the challenge.
So they have to go as close as possible as they can. but
Unless
can
if
go
they
over.
have a really good skills, powerful vehicle, phew,
Yeah.
but they need to watch what's behind.
Yeah.
So it's a teamwork.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody comes back safe.
Now
This
does-
is the main thing.
Does anyone ever get stuck in the sand
They do
all the time?
badly pop-up tires.
Yeah.
They get stuck. They have issues, delays, but that's part of the challenge.
Right. So they also have to be skilled in how to get out of the sand when they get stuck.
100%. They all trained. They all fully trained.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've
And
been with us for a very long time, and
Is that where they can work as a team?
yes.
Right. So one car might tow the other one?
Absolutely. That's why the leader and the second vehicle must have winches.
Yeah.
So they winch each other. It's a teamwork. They need to work together.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to this race. What can I expect to see out here?
You're gonna have fun. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna see the teamwork, hard work. It's gonna be fun.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Let's get out there.
Take
All
care.
right.
Cheers.
Right, so they're all lined up at the start line here. A few have set off already, and it's a little bit different like normal races where, you know, they're told to go and then they're off as fast as they can, because this is not a game of speed, this is a game of navigation, getting the shortest distance between checkpoints. So they're taking off fairly slowly and wandering off into the dunes. We're going to jump in one of the team's cars, so we'll be joining them and we'll be seeing the rest of the guys at the first checkpoint. Let's go. Right, here we are. The cars are off. We're just taking off too, and this is going to be tough work.
We are having here the waypoint. This is number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
The winner should go the closest way to the waypoint. It means they have to go straight. Doesn't matter what obstacle is there.
Yeah.
They have to go straight, just straight, if they like to be the winner.
Yeah, okay. So effectively, if you see a big dune in front of you, you've got to try and go over it.
Yeah, you will see they have
Yeah.
really bowl. They have to go inside bowl and come.
Bowls means what?
Bowls mean like a bowl. You have to go down and come up.
Right.
And it is very technical. You should know what to do.
Yeah. So, what's the technique to going over the dunes? Is there a sort of method to it?
Something is very important. The car power,
Yeah.
the momentum,
Yeah.
and the reaction.
Okay.
If you don't have a proper reaction, you will lose your momentum, you get stuck.
Right.
Before reaching and approaching any dune, you should decide which angle, what speed, and what gear you should go.
Okay.
Then you can manage it.
So you need the momentum because the ground
if you
is
are
soft.
very fast, you will jump from other side, your car damage, or you roll.
Right. So you have to get it just right. Too much, you go over the dune. Too little, you don't go up the dune.
There are different challenges in UAE. But we as a Jeepers, when we do challenge, because we are the biggest group in the UAE for the community of off-roaders,
Yeah.
we design the safest way.
Right.
No accidents, no car accidents, because it's very important for us.
It all started from passion of off-roading, the love of Jeep. We were just a couple of people, me and my brother and a couple of friends. So we started the club 15 years ago. As you can see, it's going extremely well. It's one big family. It's really like the support we get also from people and everything. It's pure fun, pure fun. Yeah.
I'm curious about, all of the cars have Jeepers Edition written on them.
Yes, they all Jeepers Edition because the actual group belong to the owners of the Jeepers Edition. Jeepers Edition is our brand.
Right.
So we kind of modify these vehicles to a different standards and then different style, and then we can modify the way you want to.
Right.
So you tell me how you want to use this vehicle, we'll make it exactly the way you want.
Right.
And it's properly built for off-roading as well.
So Jeepers Edition is a modification company that prepares it for the off-road.
Yeah.
And that's a sort of sister company with the club.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
The club is strictly for the Jeepers member. So you have to have a Jeepers Edition vehicle to be part of the club, or you modify it with us and then it becomes a Jeepers Edition, then you'll become freely with the club.
And do you do I know you guys go out on the weekend, but do you do like specific training courses for off-road?
Oh yes, Jeepers has a training completely like a training academy. We are having 3 levels, each level 3 steps. Whoever is coming and joining us, they start with this 1-star beginner. In the 1-star beginner, we will teach them how to deflate, what is the sand, what is torque. Look at the flag. Flag color has meaning. We have different flag.
Right.
Beginner 1 star, beginner 2 stars, beginner 3 stars. We have one exam. If they are passing well, they go to intermediate 1 star. Again, this area mainly is for intermediate.
Yeah.
the best 3-star beginner is coming here to join, but Marshall, intermediate, and 3-star, they are mix of the group.
Okay.
And intermediate 1-star, intermediate 2-star, intermediate 3-star. If they are very good in intermediate 3-star, after 8, 9 drive in that level, they will be Marshall support. We are grading people. We are grading step by step. Then the most important thing is they drive safely.
Yeah.
You know, they are not allowed to go fast. In our team, we never drive fast. If you go to social media, you will see people are following together.
Yeah.
We never do like this.
Okay. So doing this way, you're testing the skills and keeping the safety.
Yes.
Right. So when you do the training system in the dunes, or is it sort of done in
In the dunes. We have different type of dune in UAE.
Yeah.
We are in the different level and go to different dune and we push.
Right.
And then they will learn how to do it. We have a maximum. The best dune are in Abu Dhabi, in Liwa.
Liwa, those are great dunes. Did you go to the Liwa festival this year?
No, we are not going.
No.
Because look, it got stuck again.
Another car got stuck.
You know what's the problem? He come up, he's scared,
Yeah.
and he lost the momentum. Then finish.
Right, this is a typical example of getting stuck, and the challenge is faced when this guy at the top here has basically wedged himself, so the sand is sort of balancing him and the wheels can't get enough traction on the sand to move him forward. So the other guy has to come down with a tow rope in order to pull him down, and this is, you know, some of the maneuvers that these guys have to be particularly good at. So it's not just navigation, it's not really anything about speed. It's learning the maneuvers, knowing your car. You know, there's also maybe slight engineering issues that they have to deal with. So it's a very different kind of skill that we're looking at here. We saw a few people get winched out. What are the different maneuvers that people can do in order to get out of the sand?
Most of the time it depends on the driver.
Yeah.
You shouldn't get stuck. You should always, there is a way of maneuver that, instead of going cross over to, they get stuck because the chassis get lifted and the wheels will be in the air,
Right.
as you probably saw a few times.
That's right, they got stuck balanced.
So you shouldn't go direct. You should go like, maybe you saw me when I'm driving,
Yeah.
I go side.
It's like a snake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if you get stuck, I mean, there's ways of, if maybe you reverse back, try to wiggle with the steering and move it away. If it's really deeply stuck, then either you get winched out, or maybe use recovery panels that you put under the tires that has the grip, and then start moving.
So this is your board
This is the board, yeah.
to get you out. So
It gives you grip. So if the tire is really deeply stuck in the sand and it's just spinning, you put this under the tire, and the tire grip with these.
you
and
stick
it
that
moves.
under the front of
Under-
the tire,
yeah.
wedge it,
Yeah.
and then it will ride
Absolutely.
out. Well, as we wait for these guys to delodge themselves from the dune, we'll just wait with a nice hot chocolate here.
With a bit of sand in it.
A little bit of sand in it. I think you just got to get used to sand being everywhere. Right, even though I've got my Oakleys on, I've got sand in my eyes, I've got sand in my ears, I've got sand literally somehow all over me here, sand in my boots. You just cannot escape the sand. The sand gets you everywhere, even when you're in the car. It's madness. No wonder these guys are having so much trouble like actually driving through it, because it's so fine. It's very, very difficult to drive through. Team, you're 4 ladies,
Yeah,
and you go out jeeping every weekend?
we do.
Right.
We-
So how do you prepare for this type of event? Because it's not about going fast. It's about little tactical maneuvers, knowing your terrain. How do you prepare for it?
believe in ourselves,
Yeah.
that we can drive and we can keep that straight line safely,
Yeah.
because the straightest line is not always the safest.
Okay.
Usually we just curve around.
Yeah.
So that's what we practice. What is the safest way to go in a straight line? Because this speed doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just need to get it done within a shortest distance. And then teamwork, lots of communication.
So are you
between
all on
us.
radio to each other?
Yeah.
Have you got stuck yet?
We had one Vinci, only
Okay,
one Vinci.
One Vinci.
Yeah, because we didn't want to lose meter to reverse, so we just winged. But
Right.
then we realized that it was better.
So when
Yes,
you
exactly. That's also the strategy, that instead of going
There's-
back and doing self-recovery, we just winched a little bit forward.
Right.
That
So when
is
you're
shorter.
stuck, usually, if this wasn't this challenge, you would reverse back, try another way, or get more momentum. But with this, because you're being measured by the amount of meters that you've traveled, you don't want
but
to add
it
the extra
depends
meters.
also how you get stuck. If you get stuck in a possible way to recover the car,
Yeah.
we try to do that. Of course, if you get stuck on the top and the other car cannot recover from the front in order
Yeah.
for you not to reverse, then there is no point. You just reverse.
Right. I think we've just gone through checkpoint 3, and we've got 7 checkpoints to go. Is that right?
Yes.
Right.
We need to speed up a bit.
What's your team name?
Sandstorm Sisters.
Sandstorm Sisters. All right,
Yes.
Sandstorm Sisters. I'm going to see you at the last checkpoint, checkpoint 7,
Inshallah.
and we will see there. And we will see. Oh shit! That's the crash car. Looks like we've had a roll. Somebody has rolled the car. So the guys behind me are just fixing up one of the cars, which has actually rolled. It's a dangerous game, can get potentially dangerous. The tyre was deflated, so pump that up. The engine seems to be fairly okay, but the roof and the windscreen completely smashed. So luckily our man is absolutely fine, but always a reminder, got to keep as safe as possible. Gary, how you doing?
Not bad.
Good. How was your day out on the dunes?
Pretty damn challenging.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
Tell me
very
about it.
technical.
Yeah.
No, technical, wind blowing, a lot of crusting, switching.
How long have you been doing this?
Actually, I started with zero experience 7 months ago,
Wow.
but I trained 4 days a week with Gary.
Wow, 4 days a week out on the dunes, practicing little techniques of going over them.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what made you want to get into this 7 months ago? What was the inspiration?
It was a combination of everything. I used to race cars. I wanted a hobby to release energy.
Yeah.
Bought a Jeep, and I said, okay, why not?
Yeah.
And actually, anytime I take something on, whether it's jumping out of airplanes, racing cars, is to push the limit and see how far I can take it.
Right. Do you have a wife?
Yeah, of course.
What does she think of your hobby?
She hates it. No, she. She's actually very supportive of it. Just because she knows I get a lot of it.
Because she gets rid of you
No,
for
I'm
the
never.
weekend.
It was amazing. It was really amazing. It's a long day from morning until now. We managed to get all the teams back to the camp. It's a big challenge. The area, it's absolutely incredible. It's soft sand, big dunes. We had one incident, unfortunately, but like the rest was, everybody came back nice and safe to the camp. That's the main thing. What I like about is like the teamwork. So when you see 4 different Jeeps, maybe between 4 to 6, 8 people, they work together, they help each other. They've been training as well beforehand. So it makes people closer to each other. You know, they start seeing each other on a regular basis to train. And then today, they were literally a teamwork. So you can never win by yourself. You have to work with the rest. People will guide you to take you to the right direction, and the people with the GPS have to just concentrate to go straight. So it's a beautiful teamwork. I open a garage, and which I call the Jeepers, because the meaning of Jeepers is the people who owns Jeep. So you are a Jeeper if you own a Jeep. So and it went wild. And as you can see now, I'm really happy to see all these Jeeps.
What would you say to people wanting to get into 4x4ing, whether it's Jeepers or another club, like they want to get involved? What would you suggest they do?
I mean, I think the first thing is you have to find the vehicle you want. I think Jeeps is one of the safest things. But then find the community that fits you. If you have no responsibility, you don't care, and you want to go wreck your Jeep, there's a lot of clubs.
Yeah.
In fairness, there's great drivers in those. I would say, and I would promote Jeepers only because it's how you're going to learn to drive safe.
Yeah.
From there, you can drive with any club if you want. The people who want to jump dunes and stuff like that, but just getting into it, but it does take time.
Yeah.
It's not once a month.
Yeah.
To get into this sport.
Right. So choose your machine, choose your club, and give it some time.
Absolutely.
I think safety has been their number one thing, and I've
Yes.
always
We
Just
all
go
of
step by
us
step.
started with Jeepers. So
Yeah.
That has been the case from the very beginning, that safety first. And we fell in love with the car first, and then off-roading, driving, and then we just can't get out of the desert.
But don't you? I
Yeah.
think so. Being a woman, like you kind of have to give that extra little push yourself, just because it's mostly a male-dominated
Yeah.
club. I mean, let's just be realistic. But I mean, not that they push you in any way. Like, they're very supportive and very equal. But I just feel like as a woman, you kind of do push yourself. You want to be like, yeah, I can do it just as well as you.
Yeah, I mean, there should be no reason with off-roading why women can't do it just as well as men and be more involved in it, I guess.
So we have a ladies community,
Yes.
Jeepers ladies, so we go out on ladies only drives.
Yeah.
So we're hanging out
Yeah.
together as well, encouraging each other, and it's very nice.
Yeah. And is that
And the community is getting bigger and bigger on the ladies side as well.
any particular memories from today, like any sort of eventful moments?
That winching at the top of the hill, that was really cool.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Which one?
No.
Oh, with the 2 inches, yes. Because I watched you guys went through a lot of winching, and but there was one
But
with 2 inches.
That's part of the strategy as well, that you don't want to turn down or
Yes.
take the wrong route, but the straight line. And if you can't make it, the
Yes.
straight line, we just winch up each other. That's the shortest.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was my first time doing a 2-winch.
Yeah.
You did twice.
Yeah, twice.
To start with is the community. You get connected to beautiful, like-minded people. So when we are here, you can see them. They're all in love with their cars. They're only talking about off-roading and Jeep. So it's a nice connection. Secondly, I feel like when I drive off-roading, I feel like I'm disconnected from all the stress of work and the world outside there. We don't even think about anything else. When you drive, you literally concentrate about what you're doing and the fun and talking to people. So it's like a stress relief. For me, it's meditation. So that's why I like the off-roading. I love it, actually. Honestly, with Jeepers, there's no limitations. So the sky is not anymore the limit to us. It's, as a company, it's growing every day. I can see, I see my cars in Europe. I have cars in England. I have cars in Italy. I have cars in Germany, in Belgium, all Middle East. And we cover Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Lebanon, so Jordan. So it's all over the world. And what I love to do is I would like to be part of the Stellantis or the Jeep main dealer, or I want to be like AMG, for example. This is my target. And hopefully one day, maybe, we'll get there.
Well, that was a lot of fun. And being with the Jeepers guys, churning up those dunes and these souped up monsters that they take out there was really, really incredible. And such a lovely way to be part of their community for just one day. And in fact, they've invited me over for a barbecue right now. So I'm just about to go join them. So that's over and out for me, and I'll see you next time.